Alrighty, so the news should be coming out any second now. I do want to say thank you guys so much for, coming by. We are trying to get to 6K subs by the end of the year. If you want to help me out, feel free. Obviously, no obligation. Do whatever you want. Anyway, the news is out. Let's do some news. So, looking like pretty normal times as far as the update maintenance goes. Regular time, it's going to be 2.5 hours instead of 3, which is fine, I guess. New Ragnarok chapter, of course, because we're obviously getting Magellda, which is really, really cool. I don't know. She's very hit or miss, I think. I'm not really sure what to think about her yet. Anyway. Unlock by clearing the quests up to Ragnarok Chapter 2, Episode 50, the search for medicine. Clear 100% of the chapters will be unlocked after the Ragnarok Chapter 4 update comes out. So remember that even once you beat, once Chapter 3 releases, you'll be able to get the 30 gems or whatever from beating Chapter 2, but you won't get the gems for beating Chapter 3 until Chapter 4 releases. So be aware of that. More stories for Grimnir's book. Make sure that you're doing Grimnir's book. I know that it's kind of like tucked away in the back of your mind, I guess, for the rest of the the Ragnarok content and stuff like that when they come out. But you can get a pretty decent amount of just extra gems and stuff. I don't know. I would be willing to say 5 or 6 extra gems or something like that just by going to Grimnir's book and going into the little stories or whatever. And you can skip them if you really want to. You don't have to watch them by any means. But yeah, I don't know. They're kind of cool. Give you a little bit of extra backstory for the Ragnarok stuff, but they also have rewards that you get for actually viewing them. The new banner, it is going to be the exact same one as they had on JP in Korea. Obviously, we're caught up enough to where I don't think that they're really going to do any changes to banners from this point on, but we are getting Valkyrie Magellda, which is a brand new unit. She is basically only from my understanding, she's only for the bird boss. I think I'll have to wait until the extended patch notes to read over her passive, once it actually gets translated. I'm really hoping that it's just her passive works in Creature's Nest instead of just for Hrosvelgr, because if it only works for the bird boss, that really once they come out with new bosses and stuff like that, it's gonna cut down, you won't be able to even use her anymore basically, which is really, really dumb. So I'm hoping that her passive just got translated wrong from JP. I'm assuming it probably did not, which is really unfortunate, but I think that she's a very interesting character. She seems like she can, if you find the right team for her, she's gonna be a really helpful unit. I don't know. I still feel like a lot of the JP players and stuff like that haven't really come up with a great team for her yet, but the global community is a lot larger, so I'm assuming with as many people as there are on the global servers and stuff like that, I'm fairly certain that somebody's going to be able to come up with a really good team for Magellda to sort of blow through the boss and stuff like that. So she's pretty interesting, kind of cool, very interesting character design and stuff like that. I feel like they actually tried to make her a little bit more goofy, sort of anime style sort of character, I guess, whereas a lot of the other characters are a little bit more serious. This new Truth Seeker Merlin uses the same costumes as the Summer Merlin, so she's a part of the Truth Seeker sort of name line. She's pretty bad. Everything that I've seen on her, I was thinking whenever she first got announced that she could be an interesting character for the King team, but it seems like even for the King team, she's really not good. So I definitely recommend that if you want Magellda, then do what you got to do to get her, I guess. But I think for a majority of the player base, this is probably going to be a skip banner, because like I said, for the moment, I don't think people have even really found a good use for Magellda at the moment. And plus, the next banner that we're getting after this one is going to be the Festival King banner. So we're getting the new King from the later seasons in the anime. And yeah, I think it would be worth mentioning. They're going to get that patch in a couple of days. I think their patches come out on Thursdays. So if you're on the fence at all about this banner, definitely just wait a couple of days before you summon. They should have Winged King out by then, and his skills and everything like that are going to be translated, and he'll be on the live servers, and we'll be able to actually see how good he is before you waste your gems on this one, because I know a lot of you guys summon multiple rotations and stuff like that on banners and everything like that for festivals, at least. So if you want to save 600, potentially 600 gems instead of summoning on this character, you definitely want to wait, because we don't know what the new King does yet. So yeah, those two are coming out. Of course, we're getting Ragnarok Chapter 3. The Leonis Festival starting. I don't particularly know what all they're adding with this. I'm assuming they're going to go more in detail with it. Poo's coming back, along with Lamech, which is the crab boss. That's fine, I guess. Most of the time, these two aren't really all that hard, so I don't particularly think that it'll be that crazy. I'm wondering if this is going to be like a solo thing, or if they're going to do the sort of like world boss thing that they did with both of these whenever they first came out. Actually, I don't know if the crab boss was even a world boss. I know Poo was. But if you haven't seen World Boss, it was basically like there was one big enemy like Poo, and then 4 people could queue up at a time, or like 4 people could be in a lobby at a time and go in and fight. And it wasn't like you're helping each other out, basically. Like it was more or less like the damage that everybody does to the boss does like accumulate and like actually go towards beating the boss. But the whole goal was to be the one doing the most damage, I guess. So like if you come in first, you get extra rewards and stuff like that. So it was, I don't know, kind of like a competition thing. But there was a decent exchange shop for both of these. So I kind of I hope that the exchange shop's pretty decent for those. Basic same stuff there. And then we're getting a new battle event, which is fine. Obviously there's going to be new outfits for Magellda when she comes out. I'm not particularly a big fan of any of these, and I'm not sure if I'm really going to want to buy any of them as soon as she comes out. I'm probably going to give her UR gear, because obviously you want as much heft as you can on your bird units, but I don't know that I necessarily like any of these outfits. I know that I probably need them later on for stats and stuff like that. And with them giving Brunhild a chef's outfit from the Hawk Pass, I would imagine she'll probably get one too. I'm not positive on that. None of the other Ragnarok characters have gotten one as far as I know. But I don't know. They could end up giving her one as well, which they might end up giving the next Hawk Pass sort of outfit to the new Festival King. So I guess be aware of that. But yeah. New outfits, new bundles are going to be coming out, of course. I mean, buy them if you want, I guess. Obviously, very situational. They are coming out with this, though. So if the only thing I can say about the bundles in this game is most of the time they are vastly overpriced. But the only ones that I ever find worth your money are the weekly and monthly bundles. Those are actually pretty decent. Like, they give you a decent amount of gems, but the problem is you don't get the rewards like instantly. You sort of have to build up to them. So it's a really nice thing to sort of buy like in advance if you know that there's a big banner coming up, which I guess we can't really do that as much now on the global version. Like normally we would be able to see, what the banner lineup is going to be looking like because of JP and Korea. But the other thing that I really like are the rank up bundles, because they give you a really good amount of diamonds, and normally they're a lot cheaper than it would be to buy those diamonds in one of the other bundles or like the ticket bundles and stuff like that. Like I think the last rank up bundle was like $40 or something like that, which is kind of pricey for sure. But I mean, look, you're getting almost 300 diamonds. Not almost 300. This one gives you 250. I think the last one gave 200 or a little over 200. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but obviously if you're not ranked 90, you won't get all of the rewards like straight up as soon as you buy it. But if you've been grinding and stuff like that since level 90 came out, you might be able to get all of the rewards out of this. So definitely worth a look if you're willing to spend money on the game. These are really good options. I don't really recommend you spend money on the game if you don't want to, because that's a whole ordeal. But yeah, new bundles, Black Friday promotion bundles, piggy bank bundle, and Black Friday special 7 heroes bundle. I don't think, was that one on here? Piggy bank bundle? I don't know. I would assume this is probably going to be like a large amount of in-game gold or something, which is definitely not worth buying. If there actually is diamonds or something like that, I might look at it. But and then this one just looks like it's a ticket bundle, which pretty meh. All right, system changes. Obviously, they're adding UR gear for her. We are getting on global the Merlin Holy Relics. They haven't given Festival Merlin her Holy Relic yet, but the regular Merlins are actually pretty decent. So the newer Merlins, like the brand new one that's coming out along with Summer Merlin, decreases all enemies' HP by the value of 100% of the hero's attack. So it kind of goes along a lot with the blue Summer Merlin. I know her passive lowers like max HP or something like that, along with her ult, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe her passive doesn't actually. I think it's just her ult. But either way, well, I guess it would work for both of them then, because they have the same ult. I'm stupid. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't really like hers quite as much. It could help against like bonds and stuff like that. And of course, if you lower the enemy's max HP, then it's going to be easier to kill them, etc. But it basically just brings bond teams down to like a normal level, I guess. But the regular like old Merlin is actually pretty interesting because hers is increases unknown race allies damage dealt by a pure straight up 35%. So not only is Green Merlin like a phenomenal backline unit because she gives you the, you know, ultimate gauge, so it's really good for like ult rush teams and stuff like that, but if you get her relic and you start running her, she basically kind of like replaces Rom in the back. I know that Rom actually increases your I think it's all basic stats, so attack, defense, and HP by, it's either 25 or 30%. I can't remember exactly what it is, but Merlin gives the extra ult gauge as well, plus just pure damage dealt. So I mean, I don't necessarily know that she's like a straight up replacement, but she is a very good option, and you could use her for some really nice like ult rush teams and stuff, and just extra damage in general is really good for unknowns. So good unknown support if you're really into that. So I don't know, maybe something worth looking into getting, but completely up to you. A lot of the holy relics are a really large grind, so be careful with that, I guess. You don't want to waste your materials on something that you're not ever going to really get to use. But I don't know, if you're into the character, by all means. I mean, it's a video game, have fun with it. New title, Constellation of Sloth, acquired for the Constellation of Sloth, is 100% completed, so basically whales only at the moment. Remove Demonic Beast Battle Hrosvogur's Nest Progress Reset feature. So we're finally getting this. This is the one that they were talking about. I think they did just like a news thing. It wasn't like a news article or whatever for it, but they did like a separate notice. The Demonic Beast Battle has been revised so that players can re-challenge the same floor after losing a battle in Hrosvogur's Nest. So if you don't know, that basically right now, if you were to do the bird, if you beat floor 1, you beat floor 2, and you're trying to beat floor 3 and you end up losing, normally you would have to go all the way back down to floor 1. They're basically revising that to where now if you lose on floor 3, you're going to go back to right before you fought it sort of deal. You're going to have the same sort of health values and stats and everything like that you had before you went into the battle, but you're going to be able to re-challenge the fight over and over again, which is going to be really nice. It's going to take out a lot of the tediousness of just like Demonic Beast Battle in general. Adjusted Demonic Beast Battle, Hrosvogur's Nest, Floor 2, Phase 2. Demonic Beast Battle, or Demonic Beast passive buff cancel has been adjusted for Floor 2. And I think the only reason they really did this was because the new character is coming out, and she deals with like amplified damage. So she, if you don't know, her passive basically puts buffs on your character. I think they're attack buffs, if I'm not mistaken. They put attack buffs on your character if they reach max HP from her heal, or I don't necessarily know if it's from her heal. I think Matroma's passive actually procs it as well, but basically if your character is not full health and then they become full health, they gain a buff for X amount of turns. I can't remember exactly how long it is, so I'm assuming they're adjusting this for that. Before it was a buff cancel, and now it is an attack and defense decrease, so I guess that's nice. Improved UI and rearranged the World Tree Tower stage list. The currency used to enter the World Tree Tower, World Tree runes have been unified with a change in the UI, and the most difficult stage has been placed at the top of the list. That's actually kind of nice, because I've noticed that when you try to go run that, you basically have to like scroll up, I guess, just to try to like go for the stage that you would want to. Improved daily limit of friend removal, so now you can remove 30 people a day on your friends list instead of 10, which is nice, I guess. I know a lot of people won't really get a whole lot of use out of that feature. Improved features for friend invite and request. You can now invite and request other knights who have their friends list full, so that's actually kind of nice, I guess. So that way you can send a request to somebody and then they can remove somebody off their friends list or whatever. Or like if a slot all of a sudden becomes free, you'll already have, you know, I guess friends list requests or whatever, so you can just accept somebody. Revised artifact card pack images. I've noticed that they still haven't removed on global. They still haven't removed the friendship coin limit. On JP, they already did that by this patch, so I'm kind of surprised we haven't got that yet. I really hope that they do that soon, because I don't know, it's just kind of annoying not being able to claim friendship coins if you already have over 2,000. So hopefully that's coming soon. but ending bundles and events. So make sure that if you haven't done all of your stuff for the KOF collab event, make sure you're squaring that away in the next day or so before this patch actually goes live, because it's going to be getting rid of all of the KOF stuff. If you don't have the characters, or you don't, you have whatever you need done, make sure you get it taken care of, because the collabs don't come around often, and this is the first ever like rerun collab that they've ever done. So just make sure you're not waiting too long and ending up missing out on certain things or rewards or whatever the case may be. If you need to summon on the banner more, do whatever you got to do, because it's leaving. A lot of bundles are also going to be going away, along with the Hawk Pass event costumes for Mai and Athena. So that is pretty much it. A pretty decently sized patch. I'm honestly kind of excited for it. I think that there's going to be a decent amount of content here for us. I'm hoping that everything goes well. We probably are going to be doing live summons for Magellda. I don't know how they're going to go, and I'm really hoping that I don't get in like super shafted or whatever, because I want to have enough gems for King whenever he comes out next week, or on the next like big patch. So yeah, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, so that way you can see the live summons and everything like that when we do them. We normally do them as soon as the banner goes live and everything like that. So that's pretty much it for me. Don't have anything else to go over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this was a helpful video. We go over the news and everything like that. I do post every single day, so I don't know, subscribe if you want to. That's pretty much it though. See you guys in the next one.